Mai se voi ne fiu mai ne fionga le surplus king. Maru fo e mau kai ako fionga e senko. Ni ka fo. Kai ne ko mo ngi lao ka koe whenua iei. O fe au mga dwenga pe un kofia ia ko fionga man maru moka. O le so lewa. O lo awinga mai le te kasi fo i o kofinga le fionga ko vanga. Mo le vaenga le ASPA. O le se kasi o board member lo whaodiori mai. Ia o le mafuanga le ngikau. Sunga ia Jansen Poyer. Ia o kwa kia kua fionga. O apungi sidi mangi akungalunga. Ia maua lea ngoi wha leo aima. Akunanga uma. Ai, kwa kula ngoi pe ese. Sen ko ese me fia sa ngoi. Ia on kaku whai me wha solo lea. No whaloan. Ia, ki mga kua le aie. Kalsanga ko lau fionga sen ko ia mao pa molisi e. Ama ka mea lia kua ngi kai au. Kaku wha awawi malau. Haftai.
Tātou tala. Lou lava mātanga o fie malou le dei lo mātou ali e. Mātou whesira whai ai i lumonu o aile o tuonu. Tai au manui ai maota li nei tai au pou. Soi pua ma le ola o mātou maualo e au maia pe i lea aso ma lea aso. Wha te leina le vi inga ola o fio no o au wha manianga. A ua mātou wala au i ate o nei tai au ta maa. Au ina mai lo ngā pa e o tu fio mātou tangata. Mātou whaia nei ngā ruenga maua se vi inga o lau fio ai awa lava i ate mātou. Pamanuia le nei au fia ma ta mao le nei o lo mātou atunu nei. Maua le soi pua manuia a le ola wha fawina a wātiu te ma whaiva le a ngā lui ai nei as. Manuia mea umai lo whaatasi mai lo mātou wali i. E umai manuia mea umai. I le o lau fio. Nei tai au mātou te tuina atu o mātou wha moi moeta mā i ate oi. Tātou malau fio. I umai manuia e fuafuanga o nei as. Au mātou le se, mau mātou o leo lo mātou wali i. Lopa wha mampa ma ngalo i mātou toto lo walo Yesu Kirisu. Amen.
Kai aku le fionga sen koa mōni. Kaulanga si kia voi. Ia, wala waku lo sunga taki, sei. Wala waku kako mon mau. Ia, waku limo ni whakalo whai lau sunga poia, ni ka fō, ka ku wheloa iai, ka ina kua mou pele, malosi lau sunga i. O ngei kulanga pia fufuainga, ia, ai ku aku lea ngoi lau sunga i, mo sau sa wanga, pa wheloa i. Pa ilo mailu swafa ma kulanga uma pia ngai, whanona.
Whaftai mo loo a wanoa. E mo mōna o whaftai ma vi ia le alofa o le atua. Ona ua tātua whelawa i male manuia, i lalo i fo le ne maota mamalu. O te whaatalofa atu i lau a fionga i le prestene. O lau fionga i le sui prestene. Wape foi ona o whaatalofa atu i au tō a fionga, a li i senator uma o tutuila mamanua. Tālofa, tālofa, tālofa lava. O lo ingo Jansen Poyer, o te sau mai le lalawhanga o laulii ma aua. O mātua o Malia ma epa Poyer. Sa o whau mai le aonga maulunga i whanga i tua, ma o whau au i nā tuai a o aonga i Amerika. O lo nofo nei le stete o Arizona, ma o whaingaluenga ai. Le awa ma le whaaloalo te le lava, whaftai.
E whapkai aku, o le sa wanga mako o whievo i la sunga. Ia. O le wa winga mai lo swafa le finga le kovanga. Mo le vaenga le ASPA as a board member. Ia, mo so si fia o le vaenga lo mo mia le so songi. I voi kau. Ke le wingi menga kula mai. Ia, kau pe ngai lo pionga por ase kulanga ia. Ia, mo le ngo ko fionga sinko, lo fionga li. Mangali.
After you, Chairman, we'll have no. Tasiala for city. Ete no foi neipe, ete no foi fa.
Whaftai mona whasivi, te no fui Amerika, Arizona.
Ete no foi Amerika. No foi fa. Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona, yeah.
So afa pe lai e whaamaunia oi as a board members. So how are you going to be involved in the meeting? You have to come down, or
Yeah, thank
did you really want to be on this board, or somebody asked you to be on this board?
Thank you, Senator, for the question. I'll answer your first question and then the second one. I participate primarily via Zoom in our board meetings. This is my first time here on island as a board member for ASPA, and we've had several meetings since I've arrived. But as I'm in the States, I call in via virtual meetings. So, and then to your second question, the governor's office had reached out to another Samoan engineer out in Arizona. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to accept the invitation to participate in the ASPA board, and so she had recommended me, as I am familiar with her and we know each other out in Arizona, and so I was put into contact with the governor's office, and they extended the invitation to me to serve on the ASPA board, and I accepted.
Question number 2. Since the oil price go up now, what do you think about how ASPA can help the people American Samoa to help them from the electricity bill to make it cut? Do you support what former CEO on the solar system and windmill in this kind of situation? What do you think about that? Is it worth it or not worth it?
Thank you, Senator, for the question. It's very much worth it. I support very much the renewable energy projects that ASPA has ongoing today. As you had mentioned in your question, the price of oil fluctuates month to month, and then also with the recent conflict in Iran, there's the price of oil will be impacted. As you know, our electric power generation is mostly relies on diesel. So being able to move off of needing diesel generated power over to solar power and wind power is very much a need for the island of American Samoa.
My last question. We have problems, some of the villages on this side of the island, about water. They also, ASPA say that they are still looking for a place to drill a new well. The problem I'm asking you, I have 2 wells on my property, but the deal we make with the guy who passed away, I get half a cent from each gallon. After I signed the agreement, and I went over there to ASPA, say, no, that's not the way to do things. They have their own plan, but now they came back to me and asked they need to drill 4 more wells on my property. I say no. So my point is, I give the well because I feel sorry for the communities. They need the water. But from my perspective, the ASPA are making money out of the well. I'm not getting anything out of it, so to speak. So now I'm getting smart a little bit. I refuse until we sit down and really on the table and agree what need to be done. If a well in my property almost produce 1 million gallons a day, and I'm only not getting out of that, something wrong over there to me. The cost of living is too high and all these things, but something has to be as per needed, and the person who owns the property also get a percent. Do you ever think about doing that, or any look into that thing, or you're not even in your agenda right now?
Thank you, Senator, for the question. The water issue here is very real on island with, I believe, boil notices have been in effect for over a decade. And so the water problem here is a big issue and is a big priority for the ASPA management and board of directors. To be honest, Senator, I'm not too familiar with your well situation, but I will certainly look into it and talk with the board, and I can get back to you on any specifics regarding the wells on your property.
Jim.
Saya tuh le amno ila sunga se sai komiti. Saya fatalo fast for ila sunga mon mau ni tayao. You're new in the board, but you said you already starting on one of the meetings that they had so far, or I didn't hear what you were saying earlier. Yeah, do you have a chance to look into see what's going on in the ASPA right now?
I haven't had a chance to look into the particular situation that the senator mentioned in regards to as well, but I will take an action to look into that and get back to the Senate.
Okay, I'll reframe a lot of questions that I was going to ask you this morning, but I do have one issue that is very important at this time due to the war that's going on in Iraq, as the Vice President mentioned earlier. Do you have an idea to see how far the commissioning of the tank farm, panels on that 31 acres that we have, that have the contract with ASPA right now for the PV?
Apologies, Senator, can you repeat that question?
I want to know if you do have a status of what is the status on that PV that's going on right now. A solar panel.
The 20 megawatt farm.
That's right. That's the one. Yeah.
Hawaii.
Yes.
Yeah, my understanding is that there's still work is still ongoing there, and that I believe they're wanting to commission it before the end of the year, and that's the only information I have right now regarding that project specifically, Senator.
So you don't have an idea how much megawatts that is going to be produced at this time on the one that's already been installed?
I'm not. Yeah, that is correct. I'm not aware today how many, what the power capacity is today. I know it is a 20 megawatt farm when it's at its full capacity. I'm not sure how much is integrated currently into the main grid.
Yeah, wala sijeri usuma se yo setembro duma. Saga.
Mo pelam noi. Fiona se tona. Fiona ya.
Mole sile kwa ole asa olava alpe ka mau mele kasi ar sui mai fa kongol ASPA e kongol po langalenga e parangi lang sau
Engo foi faf. Ia lela o ka ua mo mau o ia foi engo foi faf. Ninga lau ko lua. Al me masangi kasi ar sui me faf. O lea sau afa pea kisi le fia kulanga ia ia le fa kula fonga kulanga le afai a pawanga lo sidi pe ole el parangi le sau a o me masangi ai o lo wakar konga ko kasi sui me faf ya le lau ko luangi ia fia mos kali fa mol lo sunga kai komiti
Leisi tau Sosonia, te umalawa e lua ia off-island members o le poa lia. O lisi la members mai off-island e kakau o ngā sengsingia. Ia lena e le sunga ia pui. O le sunga ia Duck Burke, o le sunga ia pui. O off-island members na e korua. Ia, si Sosonia.
Tisela si of city Poyer accepts Poyer le oe mai accepts Poyer solar system ale le windmill accepts Poyer make a windmill
Of tailo a fionga mo le fisili. Se Peritania lo tali. Yes, I support the wind farm 100%. I know there are maybe some challenges to getting the full electrical generation capacity out of windmills, but I believe the ASPA engineers and staff are working very hard to look into that and ensure that proper engineering studies are done to ensure the commissioning of the wind farm project. Senator.
Okay. My city, Chairman.
Tai, le fionga ia tūni tau.
Whaftai mole, amanua Chairman. Whātu lea fio, a fionga sentoa. Ia, pita fie le tele, sa fisili. Ia, fisili tua e lau sunga poia. Whamun mole, o le win mio ma le solar panel. O se fufuanga o tō e pa ua le piriwira. Po te fufuanga o tō e ke le kōkupe a ke re nungal piriwira.
Whaftailo o fionga le siri. No, the integration of renewable energy projects, both with solar and wind, is to, what the main goal in mind is to reduce our reliance on oil and to bring down the cost to the public of American Samoa and their energy bills. As we move away from oil reliance, I anticipate, and I believe everyone in ASPA anticipates, that a positive effect on ratepayers' bills and a reduction in bills as well.
Yeah, so I will have a note.
Fionga ia ma.
Partea tu lau sunga te komiti mo lo no fatalo fatu ni tai o ko. Se fu manuel de fionga presidente le malu tamar mot. O la ofisiri lau sunga ni tai au. O te fia mala malama i le tūlanga le wo le toi fai ai tepe mira. Wan me mongi a ke ngofua mo manga kunga ku le me o ave so wale ko fai tepe mira wan me le we ngeles. A fale kungro tepe mira ko ya wan mi ka poi. A ngalo se fe ke le wai. Lu la ka ko. E wa ngau ASPA ave se tepe mira. Ai fa ngā mika mbele whai kaunga o mika koe. Ngai ke lea la ko pulo piki. Ai a whai tepe mi. E ilo lea la ingal mela le. La umal mika whakau mika. E la sau sira fie de kulangu. O lea o aide whamoi moi, whamoi.
Aftailo a fionga o le fisiri. I am aware of the debit meter project, the smart meter project, but I must apologize. I don't have the details for the project, enough detail to answer your question properly. I'll have to look into that and get back to you, Senator. My apologies.
Ua, ma e patei.
O pele no to pion. Pion le
Kai lava chairman mole avango from Karofa ko ka mau I kaio. Lo sidi ngai se ko fongo la ka mai or ko port. Ngai awai.
Yeah, we've had several board meetings in the past month. We met recently as well. We're doing interviews right now for the new executive director for ASPA. I'd say since the beginning of the year, maybe 3 or 4 board meetings that I've attended.
Yeah, Taylor, Chairman.
dai o pele no to pion. Ya, pion ya Fono.
Kalau sili fakau le project le fai fangat. Ma fai ngai fa ma mainga la kongu la vale na air project e fai nga.
The Whangalu project, Senator, is the desalination plant. Is that the one you were referring to? My understanding is that the village of Whangalu does not want the desalination plant there. There are also concerns of dangerous byproducts from that desalination plant that would put coral reef and the clam farm there in danger. And so I believe American Samoa EPA doesn't believe we'll get the permitting or the approval to build a plant there. My understanding is that the ASPA Water Division is currently looking for alternative locations for the water desalination plant currently. Yeah.
Right. So, wala le fai le Whangalu project there. So you guys gonna continue on or?
Yes, the plan is to continue on, but to look for alternative location that is not in Whangalu, because Whangalu looks to be looks like there's going to be some difficulty there to get ASEPA approval and village approval. So the ASPA team is currently looking for alternative locations for the desalination plant.
Thank you, Chairman.
Ya, o pele no ya to pion. Ya. Pion ya o.
Faitulafono Chairman Bolivano. Akalo fa ku ka ko mulimau ila suwa Jansen. Le killing of city le wa ma wa sanganga fion sentoa. But can you come for your intelligence? I think if I'm my report, what do you bring to the table, to the ASPA board, since you've chosen to be a member? And also, what are your thoughts on the previous resignation? You know, since you guys had meetings to terminate one of the members of the ASPA, what are your thoughts on that?
To answer your first question, what I bring to the board is almost 20 years of engineering experience, primarily in the aerospace industry. I work for Boeing today, and we develop very complex systems that fly in the air, helicopters, airplanes, fighter jets. And so even though this is in the ASPA as an organization is in the utilities industry, the engineering concepts and engineering principles still apply, and they transfer over from aerospace into utilities. I bring a technically curious mind, so I aim to ask the right technical questions when presented with technical data, and my goal as a ASPA board member is to act in the best interest of the American Samoa people to ensure that we have reliable and stable electricity, water, wastewater, and solid waste services for the people of American Samoa. To answer your second question, Senator, my thoughts on the previous executive director, I must humbly let you know that at the legal advice of the ASPA Council, the ASPA board and the previous executive director signed an agreement in which we're not permitted to discuss specific details about his resignation. Only that I can only confirm that he did resign, and he did so with his integrity intact. So,
Thank you. Chairman Mule.
Opilam Noya, Chopiong. Mr. Johnson, Poyer, I have a few questions here. How did you come across this board member nomination?
Like I said earlier, I was contacted by the governor's office. My understanding is that they were pursuing another engineer in Arizona who's also from American Samoa. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to accept the invitation to be on the ASPA board, and so they recommended me. I was contacted, I think in October of last year, and extended the invitation to serve the people of American Samoa on the ASPA board. So that's my answer to you, Senator.
I'll get back to you on that. President.
But, Chairman, I go through your resume. You are highly qualified. There's no question that Jansen Poyer. Fono years I participated, were you present on those meetings? So did you vote on those meetings?
Yes, Senator. I voted in those meetings, yeah.
So you cast your vote, but you're not confirmed yet, right? Did anyone advise you can vote?
Yeah, my understanding, Senator, is that I was a recess appointment by the governor last October, and that through that process, I was given the voting rights of a confirmed member of the board. So that's my understanding of the process, Senator.
So is that your understanding, or is that the lawyer's understanding, or is that the AG's interpretation of the law?
I would say that that's my understanding, and I would also extend that to the understanding of the board members as well and the governor's office. But to your direct question, I did not receive an opinion from the AG on that.
Were you informed of the letter signed by the vice chairman that they're going to terminate the former CEO, Wallen?
Thank you, Senator, for the question. I respectfully, I was given the legal advice from the ASPA Council that board members are not permitted to speak on the former director, Wallen Fong, and his departure from ASPA. Because there are non-disclosures and non-disparagement agreements that are in place, legally I'm not permitted to provide any details in regards to that, so I'll have to refer you to ASPA's legal counsel or the governor's office on that.
So do you have any plans to come back to American Samoa and work here? Take over our ASPA. I want you to come and take over the ASPA.
I don't have any plans in the near term to return to the island. I still have a young family. So if it is God's will that I return, I will accept that invitation back home and happily serve the people of American Samoa.
So I read your resume, it's very impressed me, you know. I've been a very subsidy or chance in the American helicopter. What kind of helicopter you recommend for American Samoa in case you fall of love kupu in Poloa for emergency instead of kawara kawal falma You know, what kind of helicopter you recommend?
Thank you, Senator, for the question. I've only worked on military helicopters, and so I can only recommend maybe a Black Hawk or
Apache?
Or not an Apache, because it's a Chinook or a Osprey V-22.
Yeah, what do you call a Chinook? How do you pronounce it? That's a kind of good one.
Yes, it's a transport.
Chinook.
Yes, yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a transport helicopter that can transport cargo and passengers alike. So I would say the Chinook, would be a good helicopter to.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, thank you very much.
Te role ua, te renga siri miere, ma maru le mota, watu le fio meo le fio ngai presidente. Ia te aure, le awa tele ma le whanau le whatu ia le mau. Ne ua mana malama ma nino fo ele i titi le tali nei a le whaita watu e tele o na vaenga o loo tala whea ngai ma le tofi. Ia ele whaiai, me mauria le mau e whangafua ia le mo le mau e ta tia me le mota la tele ma le whanau.
Ia, whan. Ia, whaftai atu o le pau lava le sosani le fia tu atu I lau sunga Poyer. O leo lo o tālia le ASPA se CEO I te mini. The way I see it, I think you have the people there to continue on with this CEO position, and you have the equipment, you have the manpower, you have the everything there. You have the most important asset that the company has, which is your employees. So the decision shouldn't be that hard to make. You have the people there that can carry this company forward. They have the know-how, and they're willing to work. The only thing that's lacking here is the salaries they're receiving. And that's part of the reason why the employees are disgruntled and that kind of stuff. Maybe the board can look into that, because these are the people that can carry the company forward. They can also bring the company down. These are your most important assets, your employees. So, just a thought to look into. Yeah, but kaya kuli kakumauka. Ngai pui pa karkawanga ngi kaya, ya malu fa kai. Langonga foi ma fadia. Ya kau komaya sei karkawor komiki ma le foi kulang. Kaya foi lo fiunga presidente pa pela usunga le sui te kai komiki. Mangi kaya pa kaya kulang sunga poia. La fa ngoinga lo kai mi foi ka ke. Pasoa ngi kaya o le kampungi le ASPA o mga mia so ya e ka ko mai ro ngi kaya se yo pese pai unga ko ia mo ya e mo ngi kele ya fu fanga ma ulang o mo ngi kaya o fu fa ro ya suma ia fa kalo fangi ma le kumba ka ko fa ma vai
Okay, yeah. Whaftai malo a wanoa. Ai o te lei tu ua le nei maota, o te whia mamoli atu lau whaftai a o tō awhionga a senatoa, o le awanoa na o tō whesiringi ai, lau nei whaatau waa. Whaftai lava. Ia whamanuia le atua ia o tō awhionga, i le ola, malosi, ma le soifua malolo ina ia o tō whengai ai pēr, ma o tō tiute, ma o tutuila, ma manua. Soifua, ma ia manuia.